Be our guest, be our guest. Put our service to the test. Tie a napkin around your neck, shawty, and we provide the rest. Soup de jour, hot hors d'oeuvres, why we only live to serve. Try the grey stuff, it's delicious. Don't believe me, ask the dishes. They can sing, they can dance. After all, miss, this is France, and the dinner here is never second best. Go on and fold your menu, take a glance, and then you'll be our guest, be our guest, be our guest.
To get a job in a Broadway chorus, go into your dance. Just stretch your stuff and they can't ignore us. Go into your dance. If it's a two-step, give them a smile. If it's a new step, do it with grace and style. Or a beginner can be a winner. Just give me a chance. Shake your shoes and go into your dance.
Hello, my name is Mr. Perez.
And I'm Miss Scott.
We're in charge of drama here at RBV High School. This year, due to the ongoing pandemic, we were unable to produce our traditional spring musical.
In lieu of a spring musical production this year, we decided to bring together our small cast and put together a look back on the last 30 years of RBV history. It is titled 30 Plus Years of Drama, On With the Show. Please enjoy as we launch into our first number.
One of the first shows here at Rancho Buena Vista High School was the musical Oklahoma. Here's senior Annie singing the famous song,
Can't Say No.
I'm just a girl who can't say no. I'm in a terrible fix. I always say, come on, let's go. Just when I ought to say nix. When a person tries to kiss a girl, I know she ought to give his face a smack. But as soon as someone kisses me, I somehow sort of wanna kiss him back. I'm just a fool and lights are low. I can't be prissy and quaint. I'm not the type that can't faint. How can I be what I ain't? I can't say no.
RBV was fortunate enough to have a strong start in theater, due in part to our wonderful director, Mark Scott. My friend Riley had an amazing chance to sit down with him and talk to him about this.
Hello, Mr. Scott. We are so excited to have you here to talk with us for a little bit. Tell me about how did you actually know that when you started here at RBV, you would direct over 90 shows and teach over 4,000 thespians and drama students?
Well, I didn't really know that that was going to happen. I was pretty young. I'd been an actor for a while and then decided to start teaching. So when I got here, I actually had taken a job at another school, but when I found out that RBV was a brand new school and wanted a drama teacher, Kathy Brombacher, who was the drama teacher here, who of course started the Moonlight Theater, was part of the hiring process, and she hired me to take her position. And I love the idea of having a community theater here because I thought Vista must really love the arts if they are going to support a community theater. So I thought I'd be able to get parents involved and the community involved, and really that's what really made RBV Drama very, very special, was all the people that actually kept the program going and afloat.
What was like going through your mind when you first started?
When we first started, we had great talent here automatically. I mean, when I walked in here, we had a couple of Broadway actresses that were in my program. They were seniors, Bets Malone and Gina Felicia. And I told the kids, and that during that year, I got all of my new freshman kids. So I called those kids my kids, and I said, and that was Mrs. KB.
Yep.
And so I told them, you know, if you trust in me, I promise you, you're going to have a great time. And we're going to really blow up this department, and we're going to do things that haven't been done before. Because I was young and I had a lot of energy, and so we started Thespians, and Thespians took off and became really big. And more and more kids started to get involved. As they got to their senior year, my very first show was Fiddler on the Roof musical.
Yeah.
And I had done The Importance of Being Earnest. And back in those days, we only were doing really 2 shows and then a bunch of 1-acts. And then as the years progressed, we ended up doing more and more shows because we had more and more kids, and we wanted to get more and more kids involved. So basically, we've had this legacy of having quite a few students from RBV make it to the Great White Way and be on Broadway, and also do a lot of movies and been in film, not only on the acting side, but also on the technical theater side.
So you have a lot of alumni.
And a lot of alumni teach here.
Yeah,
that shows you how great RBV is. You know?
Right. So speaking about like your first show, Fiddler on the Roof, obviously you remember it because it's like one of your first. So it's like one of the first things you did when you got here. We actually have one of the current students. She's going to be doing the scene Matchmaker.
Oh, great.
So it's going to be really cool to see.
Matchmaker, matchmaker, make me a match. Find me a find, catch me a catch. Matchmaker, matchmaker, look through your book and make me a perfect match. For Papa, make him a scholar. For Mama, make him rich as a king. For me, well, I wouldn't holler if he were as handsome as anything. Matchmaker, matchmaker, make me a match. Find me a find, catch me a catch. Night after night in the dark I'm alone, so make me a match of my own.
Were you like nervous to do a show? Like, have you already like done a show before, or?
I had directed other shows in college and a couple in the community, but they were not to the scale of what I wanted to do with Fiddler. We ended up having, you know, not only some lead players that were later on Broadway, but we ended up taking the show to competition, the Macy competition.
Gotcha.
We go to Macy's, the musical accommodation for California youth. The Childresses started this great organization probably 40, 50 years ago. And so we show up this little school, Rancho Buena Vista, and nobody knows who we are. Yeah. And we take the stage and we do it, and they just went cuckoo over us. And then we won Macy's, and then we won it the following year with Bye Bye Birdie. And then we skipped a year, and then we With The Boyfriend, we came in second, and then we won again with Pirates of Penzance. So we've had a pretty nice legacy, and of course, we did really well in the last show that we took, which all shook up. So that was very nice. So it's been a nice long ride, but those first 4 or 5 years we had great
really
success,
good track
and then
record.
we pretty much kept that going for almost 30 years.
Yes.
And we will get back to that interview shortly. But first, one of the most well-known shows from that time period was Guys and Dolls. And my friend Ezra is going to be singing a song, Luck Be a Lady, from that show.
They call you Lady Luck, but there is room for doubt. At times you have a very unladylike way of running out. You're on this date with me, the pickings have been lush, and yet before this evening is over, you might give me the brush. You might forget your manners, you might refuse to stay, and so the best that I can do is pray. Luck be a lady tonight. Luck be a lady tonight. Luck if you've ever been a lady to begin with. Luck be a lady tonight. Luck let a gentleman see how nice a dame you can be. I know the way you've treated other guys you've been with. Luck be a lady with me. A lady wouldn't flirt with strangers. She'd have a heart, she'd have a soul. A lady wouldn't make little snake eyes at me when I bet my life on this roll. So let's keep the party polite. Never get out of my sight. Stick with me, baby, I'm the fella you came in with. Luck be a lady. Luck be a lady. Luck be a lady tonight.
I started realizing that there was a lot of youth theater. A lot of my kids were coming. I mean, you probably did some youth theater. A lot of people in Vista, you know, they go and did a lot of stuff with like Doug and Randy. I wanted to have the outreach and turn younger kids onto theater and show them, hey, when you get older, you have a place to come at Rancho and get involved. So a lot of the kids, and then, you know, we used to go out to the schools, but we couldn't do that anymore because so many schools wanted us. So we just said, come to us. Yeah. And so we started with only one show date, and then it multiplied into 2, and then into 4. But thousands of school children have been on this campus watching everything from Winnie the Pooh, which was the very first children's show, all the way up, you know, into Dear Edwina.
Or Junie B.
Yeah, Junie B. And all of these pieces of children's literature that are made to come to life. We did all the Disney stuff, you know. Everything from Madagascar, you know, to
Little
Mermaid, all those things. So it's so joyful to see the little kids, you know, going up for autographs from my students, and it kind of made everything feel great.
RBV is the only school in Vista Unified School District that produces 3 shows per year. This is in addition to one-acts, IB performances, and competitions that we attend year-round. One of the shows is the Children's Show. This show is a favorite not only for enthusiastic kids, but also for actors and technicians. Let's take a look back at some of the amazing children's shows RBV has produced throughout the years.
Dancing Konya Baba Kitty Baba Dancing Konya Baba Kitty Baba Helele Sizonga Helele Winnie the Pooh, willy-nilly silly old bear. Winnie the Pooh, Winnie the Pooh, chubby little cubby all stuffed with love. He's Winnie the Pooh, Winnie the Pooh, willy-nilly silly old bear. Oompa, loompa, doobity-doo, I've got a perfect puzzle for you. Oompa, loompa, doobity-doo, if you are wise, you will listen to me.
I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. We like to move it. I like to move it, move it. He like to move it, move it. She like to move it, move it. We like to move it.
He's holding back, he's hiding, but what? I can't decide. Why won't he be the king I know he is, the king I see inside? Can you feel the love tonight? The peace the evening brings, the world for once in perfect harmony with all its living things.
Put some cherry folderol on every wall and every nook. Tinsel up each corner till it's Christmas everywhere you look. Give the world a holiday that's bright as can be. Make it sparkle, jolly, twinkle, jingly.
And ready to know what the people know. Ask them my questions and get some answers. What is a fire and why does it, what's the word, burn? When's it my turn? Wouldn't I love to explore that shore up above? Out of the sea, oh, wish I could be part of that world. Let it go, let it go. Can't hold it back anymore. Let it go, let it go. Turn away and slam the door. I don't care what they're going to say. Let the storm rage on. The cold never bothered me anyway.
I can show you the world, shining, shimmering, splendid. Tell me, princess, now when did you last let your heart decide? A whole new world, a new fantastic point of view. No one to tell us no or where to go. Now I'm in a whole new world with you.
It's the circle of life, and it moves us all through despair and hope, through faith and love. Do we find our
So we're very lucky, like you've mentioned, to have like in-house choreographer, Miss KB. We also have the alumni Lyndon as our music director.
Yeah.
So how lucky were you to convince him to stay here and teach us this music?
Well, I had, when I first started, I used Moonlight's music director,
I know
James
you did,
Cook,
yep.
and he was very, very famous and very well known. And of course, he got great stuff out of the kids. And we had several, music directors, but Lyndon was actually just an accompanist. And I shouldn't just say just an accompanist, because he was a pretty phenomenal player. And he was young when he started. And I finally just came up to him after the first time that I hired him, and I said, "You're amazing. You need to be the music director. You need to be the one that's like teaching the kids."
I know he did like the Grinch at at Balboa all the time,
that's the
and
thing
he's
is,
just
like,
so talented,
Yeah, I just don't think a lot of people realize
How much
all
he
the work
does.
that goes into producing, a play, because they just think it just kind of poof, it happens.
Yeah.
But all the building, all the costuming, like Mrs. P coming in and doing all of
I
the
love her.
costumes, and and then of course Mrs. KB doing all the choreography,
yep.
and then all three of us, when we're doing the run-throughs, taking notes, and I think that's what made our performances so good.
It really does take a team to produce a whole show. Miss KB, our fantastic choreographer, is an integral part of this team. My classmate Evan had the opportunity to ask her a few questions about the program that she has built up.
Hi, Miss KB. First of all, I want to thank you for everything you've done for this department, including the dances and all of the organization you've done for this project. So tell me, as an alumnus of RBV, what drew you back to teaching?
Well, there were a few things that brought me back, not just to teaching, but back to RBV. One of them was I had an incredible high school experience at Rancho. From the shows, the teachers, the friendships I made, it made it really easy to be able to come back and slide into a teacher role. And then one of the main reasons is I can remember in 8th grade coming to the counseling office trying to register for classes, not sure of what I wanted to take. And there was one counselor, her name was Bonnie Bethel, came over to me and said, we have this really great new drama teacher. I think you should take drama. And that's all I needed as a push in that direction. And I had no idea at that moment how my life was changed forever, putting me on that path of theater that I have never strayed from. And 4 years of theater under Mr. Scott's tutelage, and then flew to college and continued that. When the opportunity arose to come back to Rancho, I had to jump at it, and I can't dream of doing anything else.
That's great. So after you came back and started to choreograph shows with your old drama teacher, Mr. Scott, tell me, what were those first few shows like?
They were great. They were a little scary because what Mr. Scott did was he really trusted me. He just said, go, choreograph the dances, teach the dances, however you want to do it. Of course, we had a conversation about, vision, but he really trusted me to spread my wings. And those first shows that we did, Pippin, Guys and Dolls, Pajama Game, they had some big numbers in it iconic numbers that I had so much fun with. Once a Year Day from Pajama Game, or Sit Down, You're Rocking the Boat from Guys and Dolls. I have really, really fun memories of those shows. And, he and I just started our teamwork back then, and our friendship, and it grew and grew every show, every year. And I think it just got better and better.
One of those early shows was Annie Gets Her Gun. And here are some of my classmates singing a well-known song from that show, Anything You Can Do.
Anything you can do, I can do better. I can do anything better than you.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can. Yes, I can.
Anything you can be, I can be greater. Sooner or later, I'm greater than you.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
I can shoot a partridge with a single cartridge.
I can get a sparrow with a bow and arrow.
I can live on bread and cheese.
And only on that.
Yup.
So can a rat.
Anything you can buy, I can buy cheaper. I can buy anything
cheaper than you.
50 cents,
40 cents.
30 cents.
20 cents.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
Yes, I can.
Anything you can say, I can say softer. I can say anything softer than you.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
Yes, I can.
I love that song. Theater is always filled with such fun and memorable moments. Are there any moments that stick in your head that are just great to look back on?
You know, there are so many. That's one of the things I try to let the students know now is how 10 years from now, 15 years from now, 30 years from now, you will remember certain things that happened to you on that stage. Personally, I remember the moments when I was on stage, walking up the backs of the boys in Safety and Numbers and The Boyfriend. Like I can remember that like it was yesterday. The pirates in Pirates of Penzance. I remember one moment from Once on This Island where our lead Morgan's mic went out and Mr. Scott and I were in the back going, what do we do? What do we do? And Mondo, our stage manager, literally crawled underneath the set to hide and turn her microphone back on before the end of the show. I don't think I will ever forget those moments. In Bring It On, every time that there was a cheer stunt, I was scared in the back every single time, and they always came through with flying colors. So there's lots of memorable moments that I can remember. Brotherhood of Man, having a good boy dance number, always memorable.
Yeah, those are some great stories. Do you have any shows on your bucket list that once we can return safely to doing live theater, you want to do?
I'm not sure if there's any in particular that I'm like, I'm dying to do this. Mr. Scott was always on the cutting edge of doing the new stuff. So any of the new things would be fun to do. Honestly, I've had so much luck in terms of what we've chosen. Most of the ones that were on my bucket list, Wedding Singer being one of them, already checked off.
We'll just have to wait and see what comes up. One of those great shows you were involved with was How to Succeed at Business Without Really Trying. Here I am, recreating one of the songs in that show, a completely egocentric and vain I Believe in You.
You have the cool, clear eyes of a seeker of wisdom and truth. Yet there's that upturned chin and the grin of impetuous youth. Oh, I believe in you. I believe in you. And when the faith in my fellow man all but falls apart, I'm but to feel your hand grasping mine, and I take heart. I take heart. I hear the sound of good, solid judgment whenever you talk. Yet there's that bold, brave spring of the tiger that quickens your walk. Oh, I believe in you. I believe in you.
RBV has never shied away from big dance shows such as Anything Goes, 42nd Street, Will Rogers Folly, and Bring It On. What goes into the decision to stage such big shows with difficult choreography?
Well, I remember us talking about what show to do and me thinking, wow, that's a big dance show. It's got some big dance numbers, particularly couple of the ones that you were talking about, 42nd Street and Anything Goes. We kind of did them back to back because they're big tap shows. And if you're going to put in the work of teaching everybody how to tap, might as well use that more than once. And so I remember when we did 42nd Street, we actually started tap class before we had audition. So anyone who was even thinking about audition could start coming to tap class to kind of get their tap skills up. And the other thing that goes into it is your stamina, because with something like that, with such big dance numbers, you really had to be able to go from beginning to end with all of the energy in the world. So I remember at one of our Fullerton competitions, the kids asked me if we can do one of our workouts, because before each dance rehearsal, we would do a little aerobic workout, literally like a jazzercise routine. And then we would do sit-ups while singing. And so those are some of the things I remember when we were doing those really, really big dance shows, that there's more to it than just the dancing. And then the other thing is that just because it's a really big dance show, we didn't cast just people who considered themselves dancers. I mean, my philosophy is everybody can dance, and everyone should have that opportunity to show what they can do. And so even though they were big quote unquote dance shows, we still included everybody in those really big dance numbers.
That's a great answer. Thank you so much, Ms. KB, for all your time. Now I turn to my classmate to sing a song from one of the biggest shows in RBV, Anything Goes. Here is Riley singing Blow, Gabriel, Blow.
To trim my lips, so blow, Gabriel, blow. Oh, I was low, Gabriel, low, mighty low, Gabriel, low. But now since I have seen the light, I'm good by day and I'm good by night, so blow, Gabriel, blow. Once I was headed for hell, once I was headed for hell, but when I got to Satan's door, I heard you blown on your horn once more, so I said, Satan, farewell. Now I'm all ready to fly, yes, to fly higher, 'cause I've gone to brimstone and I've been through the fire, and I purged my soul in my heart too, so climb up the mountaintop and start to blow, Gabriel, blow. Go on and blow, Gabriel, blow. I wanna join your happy band and play all day to the promised land, so blow. Blow, Gabriel, blow.
Hello, supporters of RBV Theatre at the Ranch. It's Mrs. KB here one more time to introduce our next segment. I have had the absolute pleasure of being the resident choreographer at RBV for nearly the last 25 years. And before that, I myself got to dance on the Rancho stage. Really, it's been a dream come true to share my love of dance and theater with so many students. In this next part, it was really hard to choose just a few different dance moments from the last 30 plus years of RBV Theater, but I'm really happy with what we came up with. And whether you are a student, current or former, or a parent or just a supporter of the arts, hopefully watching this can bring back some really wonderful memories. What musical would be complete without a dance break? Enjoy! Before we move on, I have the absolute pleasure of telling you a little bit about a few Longhorn theater legends that you may or may not know about. Someone that was here when the first 2x4 was laid to build our PAC is our longtime technical director, Jim Malone. Known by many as the most interesting man in the world, he built many a set that graced the RBV stage. Hearing Riley sing Blow Gabriel Blow reminds me of the day the Anything Goes boat arrived at Rancho. Mr. Malone paced around the stage with Mr. Scott and I saying, "It won't fit, it just won't fit." He went home and then came back the next day with one of his impeccable drawings, and wouldn't you know, he made it fit. He was Mr. Scott's right-hand man from day one. And even when he retired from teaching, he didn't really retire from theater at the ranch. He mentored many a techie over the years and still gets a phone call every once in a while asking some question or some advice about technical theater. His massive technical theater skills are only matched by his generosity and his heart. After all those sets were built, there was one person truly instrumental on making sure they were lit with the best lights possible. None other than RBV alumni Curtis Mueller. He started out in our theater department as a part of a stellar student team that lit Dr. Dolittle. And thankfully, he continued to design our lights through his college years and beyond. Currently, he's a technical theater director in Coronado, but he still comes back to his alma mater to share his expertise and create magic on our stage. Magic like he created during Honk with a big snowstorm, or the stellar light wall in Wedding Singer, or that spectacular cheerleading performance sequence in Bring It On. All I can say is, how lucky we are. Speaking of how lucky we are, back in the 1990s, my mom led the team to create the RBV Drama Boosters. They are fondly known as the Drama Mamas. However, there are plenty of dads, grandpas, grandmas, cousins, and friends that have supported our theater students for over 30 years. From driving to festivals and competitions, to cooking breakfasts and dinners for entire casts and crew and orchestras, to running concessions at intermission, to planning and executing unforgettable galas, and to raising the much needed funding it takes to perpetuate this amazing theater program like ours. The countless hours, blood, sweat, and tears that you have given to this theater program, we thank you in 1,000 tongues for continuously supporting us show people. One of those drama mamas became our resident costumer, Ms. Marianne Pinamonte. She spent hours sewing at home, sewing in the drama room, sewing in the back of the PAC, usually in the dark, making those adorable animal costumes in Madagascar, for example. She also scoured thrift stores to find that one perfect costume piece or accessory that we asked for. And the result, beautiful pictures on our Rancho stage. But her role in our department went way past being a costumer. In addition to costuming show after show since Legally Blonde in 2012, she became a second mother to our actors and our techies. Her kindness, her selflessness, and her dedication to our program is simply astonishing. To all these Longhorn Theater legends, thank you for what you have given to this RBV drama program throughout the years. The foundation that you built is one of the reasons why our program is acclaimed throughout the state and why our future is so incredibly bright. When I look back at all the lives that you have touched, all of the support that you've given the creative teams and the students, I think, how did we become so fortunate to have each and every one of you join in this incredible journey. And all I can think of is, some things are meant to be.
Let's pretend we're riding on a kite. Let's imagine we're flying through the air. We'll ascend until we're out of sight. Light as paper, we'll soar. We'll recline aloft up on the breeze. Start about, sail with wings. Pass the days, doing only as we please. That's what living is for. Some things are meant to be, the tide turning endlessly, the way it takes hold of me, no matter what I do. And some things will never die, the promise of who you are, your memories when I impart from you. All my life I've lived for loving you. Let me go now.
In 2013, Rancho was the first amateur production in San Diego County to produce the hit Wedding Singer. Here's a sweet little song, Grow Old With You.
I wanna make you smile whenever you're sad. Carry you around when your arthritis is bad. All I wanna do is grow old with you. I'll get you medicine when your tummy aches. Build you a fire if the furnace breaks. Oh, it could be so nice growing old with you. I'll miss you, kiss you, take your shoes off and rub your feet. Need you, feed you, and when we play checkers, I'll let you cheat. So let me do the dishes in our kitchen sink. Put you to bed when you've had too much to drink. Oh, I could be the one who grows old with you. I wanna grow old with you.
Hey everyone, Lyndon Pujeda here, music director and conductor, and I've been with the program since 2008. In the past few years, I've been able to musically direct at such theaters like the Old Globe and the Moonlight Amphitheater, but what you may or may not know is that my journey started right here in this theater behind me. I didn't know that when I was asked to musically direct Once on This Island in 2011 that it would forever change my life. It was the first time anyone anywhere had asked me to work on a show in that capacity, and apparently it wouldn't be the last. I am so grateful to work for a program that not only sets high standards for our students, but also appreciates and values live music. I want to say a special thanks to the boosters who work tirelessly to make sure we have the funding to continue that tradition, and a shout out to all the musicians who have played, who help us take our shows to the next level. I have so many memories throughout the years. It's hard to choose some, but I'll never forget when we won the top award at the Macy's for our production of The Wedding Singer, or when Mark Scott forced me to sing in the spring musical, not once, but twice, for Curtains and Bring It On. And then there are just those moments when the full cast comes out and they sing at the top of their lungs and they just leave it all on the stage, and it's just breathtaking. So for this production, I wanted to recreate some of those moments, and we invited some of our friends from throughout the years and from around the globe to join our current students for this special collaboration. Check it out.
Wise men say
Only fools rush in.
but I can't help falling in love with you.
Like the river flows,
Surely to the sea,
darling, so it goes.
some things are meant to be. Take my hand, take my whole life too, for I can't help falling in love with you, for I can't help falling in love with
Something on your mind is nagging all the time. Well, fix it. Something in your life just isn't sitting right. Then nix it. If you've lost your place, something in your face, all the do-da-day, and you can name it.
that feeling in your gut that's got you in a rut.
You're made of better stuff than you can change.
Change it. You can change it. You can change. Stand up, grab a hold, give everything you got.
When the road is dark and cold, walk on. Fearing not.
Get your life in order.
Clean house and rearrange.
Rearrange it.
Here we are, we've come so far.
Committed now to
tear the
down, and change it. We tell the story. We tell the story.
Life is
We
wild.
tell the story.
Pain is
We tell the
wild.
story.
Love is wild.
We tell the story.
Grief is
We tell the story.
wild. Hope is
We tell the
wild.
story.
Faith is
We tell the
wild.
story.
You are
Why we tell the story. Why we tell the story. Why we tell the story. Why we tell the story.
So I hope that you will tell this tale tomorrow.
It will help your heart remember and relive.
It will help you feel the anger and the sorrow. And forgive.
For out of what we live and we believe, our lives become the stories that
story. We tell the story. We tell the story.
One of RBV's award-winning shows was once on this island. Here to perform Mama Will Provide is my friend Niana.
Walk with me, little girl, don't you be afraid. Follow me, little girl, let me be your guide. A pretty thing like you will need a thing or two, and whatever you need, Mama will provide. Walk with me, little girl, let me take you far. Around each friend, little friend, I'll be by your side. That's what a mama is worth, to give a child the earth, and whatever you need, Mama will. Woo! Provide!
In 2020, when the pandemic shook theater across the globe, Rancho Buena Vista's production of Zombie Prom was cut short just days before opening. Here's Kyla revising her role as Toffee in Easy to Say.
Easy to say, I should leave him behind. Open my eyes, sever the ties, and try to unwind. Everyone says I should make up my mind. Easy to say, but oh, John without an H, you're a hard one to let go. Easy to say, this is no time to coast. Everything warps when your boyfriend's a corpse. Still love matters most. Easy to say, I should give up the ghost. Better to say I'll try. John without an H, you will always be my guy. You're my guy.
Department going in the future?
I just hope that we get the resilience that I know we have, and I know with Mackenzie at the helm and with KB there that we will be like a phoenix, and we will rise from the ashes, and we will get back to where we once were, you know. And I pray for that, and I just hope that kids get the opportunity to get on that RBV stage and realize the magic, because
Absolutely.
the magic of theater is probably the most phenomenal thing. More friendships are forged. People have some of the greatest friendships. I mean, people are still friends with people that they met in theater. And I'm sure Mr. Perez could tell you that he's still in contact with several of his former colleagues in the theater. He was also my big Julie, you know, in Guys and Dolls.
Yes, he was.
He got to actually get a gun, you know.
He told me. Oh my gosh.
It was rubber.
He tells me all about it. Told the IB class all about it.
Oh, I'm sure.
Do you have any advice for the future students, or maybe even Miss Scott or Mr. Perez? I also Mackenzie.
My advice is just to trust in the art form. for the future, you got to let theater take its grasp on people and let them fall in love with it, because it is something that gives back tenfold.
Well, thank you so much for your time. It's so nice to hear from you again, because I
not a
haven't seen you in
problem.
like a year, and it's just nice to see like the legacy that you've left in this department.
Well, and hopefully theater will live forever, and hopefully it will always live at RBV.
I know it will.
Thank you for joining us for our show. We hope you enjoyed it.
RBV Drama is built on years and years of amazing boosters and students coming through, from technicians to actors to the parents that has helped us build this program to what it is today. So we thank you.
We'll see you next year on the RBV stage.
There's no business like show business, like no business I know. Everything about it is appealing.
really excited.
No, all right. Settle down. So, everyone's here. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope that you enjoyed the show. We had a wonderful time putting it together for you. And now, as your brand new drama teacher, I'm starting some brand new traditions here. We are going to announce our spring 2022 show right here before we leave for the summer. I'm really excited. I think you guys are going to love it. So, everyone's here. Let's say the name on the count of 3. 1.
Wait. Are we saying it on 3 or after 3?
It's always
Definitely
after 3.
after.
It's always been after.
No, sometimes it's on 3 and sometimes it's after 3.
No. We're going to do it after 3.
Okay,
So 1, 2, 3,
after
then
3.
the name.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay. 1, 2.
Wait, do we say the? Are we like? Is it the in the?
Oh, good point.
In the whole thing.
No, I don't know. It is the.
Well, it doesn't matter if we say the. We just have to agree on it.
Yeah. Let's say the. Let's say the.
Okay.
Okay. The.
All right. 1, 2.
Hold on. Wait. One last question. Are we going to mention the composer?
Who mentioned? No offense.
We don't usually mention the composer. I know he's important. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah. No composer. Okay. Come on. The kids are excited.
Okay.
It is my pleasure to announce the spring 2022 musical on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.